Good afternoon, everyone. We all are aware of new education policy 2020, which is a landmark document for education community. It recommends many transformational ideas for school education. There will be no hard separation between arts and science, curricular and extracurricular activities, vocational and educational stream. Now I am going to present a PPT. First slide is about vision of policy. This is regarding to develop an educational system deeply rooted in Indian ethos, which has the capability to provide high quality education to compete in the global world. The curriculum and pedagogy must develop a sense of respect towards fundamental duties of Constitution of India and have a deep bond with the country. Develop a sense of pride and respect for the country and be responsible for human rights, sustainable development, global well-being, thereby reflecting a truly global citizen. Next, I will talk about the key principles of NEP. These are respect for diversity and local context, equity and inclusion, community participation, use of technology, emphasize conceptual understanding, unique capabilities, critical thinking and creativity. Continuous review. These principles are very important for overall development of the students. Now, next is main feature of NEP is transforming curricular pedagogical structure. Previous academic structure was 10+2. New pedagogical and curricular structure is 5+3+3+4, in which 3 years in Anganwadi school and 12 years in school. First one is fundamental stage. This includes 5 years of teaching. Here, 3 years are for Anganwadi, previous school, and 2 years are for classes, first and second. Age group is 6 to 8. This is activity-based learning. And second stage is preparatory stage. Here, it is based on interactive classroom learning. Next is middle stage. Students of age group 11 to 14 will be there. Classes 6 to 8 include this stage. And this includes experiential learning in the sciences, mathematics, arts, social science and humanities. Next is secondary stage. Last but not the least is secondary stage. Classes 9 to 12 are included in this. Age group is 14 to 18. This is regarding students' choice of subjects. It includes greater critical thinking, multidisciplinary study, flexibility will be there. Now next I will show you. According to NEP, the focus will shift to competency-based teaching, learning and assessment. Here, stress is on reducing the curricular to core essentials to minimize rote learning. So here, instead of rote learning, focus will be shifted to the skill-based and activity-based learning. And it will help the overall development, promoting sport integrated and art integrated learning in classroom for holistic development will help a lot. Next, salient features of this in school. In foundational stage, activity-based learning will be there. Early childhood care and education will be there. Focus on good behavior, teamwork, cooperation will be there. And preparatory stage. At preparatory stage, it is based on formal classroom learning, interactive teaching learning. Introduction of subject including physical education, art, languages, science and mathematics will be there. Okay? Emphasis will be on reading, writing and speaking. Middle stage, subject oriented. Middle stage will be subject oriented. That is discussion of more subject across sciences, mathematics, arts, social sciences and humanities will be there. And in high school secondary stage, 4 year of multidisciplinary study will be there. Greater attention to life aspiration, students' choice, exposure to more subjects will be there. Now, early childhood care education, that is ECCE, the foundation of the learning. This is the foundation of the learning. In this, introduction of preparatory class before first class for children of age 5 years. Learning shall be based on play-based learning, activity-based learning, and they will be prepared for school by reading, writing, basic mathematical operations will be there. For example, we will give them balls to count, for 2 balls and 2 balls. They will count these and they will come to know how many are there. Similarly, learn basic life skills. Now next is attainment of foundational literacy and numeracy by grade 3 in mission mode. Grade 3 tak they will learn literacy and numeracy through foundational skills, national mission, book promotion, early learning, 3-month play-based school, national depository, and through libraries. This is up to grade 3. Next is curtailing dropout rates and ensuring universal access to education at all levels. To bring children back to the school, to curtail dropouts, to bring children back to the school and prevent children dropping out, the following steps will be taken. Provide regular trained teachers, universal participation in school by carefully tracking students as well as their learning levels. Community partnership in terms of expertise and infrastructural support. Scope of school education will be broadened. Open schools will be expanded and strengthened. Now, highlights of pedagogical structure. Here, competency-based education will be there. Integration of subjects will be there. Development of scientific tempo. No hard separation between curricular, extracurricular activities, academic and vocational, science and humanities. No hard and fast rule will be there. No hard separation will be there. Emphasis on digital literacy will be there. Promotion of multilingual teaching. Not only English and English, multilingual teaching will be there. Next, encouraging 21st century skills in the classroom. How to encourage 21st century skills in the classroom? Through ethics, scientific temper, collaboration, digital literacy, problem solving, then communication, through critical thinking, creativity, health and fitness, stress will be on all these, and social responsibility will be there. Next, introduction of contemporary subjects. Artificial intelligence, holistic health, stress on holistic health will be there. Data sciences, machine learning, design thinking, organic living, the stress will be on overall development. Now, next we will talk about year-long course during grades 6 to 8. Survey and hands-on experience of a sampling of important vocational crafts such as carpentry, electric work, metal work, gardening, pottery making, etc. will be. States will decide which type of work is to be taken, what are the local skill needs. Next is increased emphasis throughout the school years, starting with the foundational stage. Use of variety of innovative methods, including regular use of puzzles, games that make mathematical thinking more enjoyable. Students will enjoy and they will engage themselves to improve their education. Introduction of activities involving coding in the middle stage. Middle stage mein coding will help them. 10-day bagless period for grade 6 to 8 will be introduced. Students will be without bag. No weight of bags they will carry to schools for 10 days from grades 6 to 8. Internship opportunities for grade 6 to 12. Vocational courses will be there. Online vocational courses will be there. And vocational courses to be offered through open and distant learning. This will help them to improve their skills. Next is our education policy will focus more on ancient Indian history and current Indian situation. हमारी history और current situation both will be taken care. They have to know about their country, that is India's future aspiration with regard to education, health, environment, etc. Competition in the school for learning various topics and subjects through fun and indigenous games. Students to visit different states to know about their culture. Knowledge of critical issues facing local communities, states and country and the world. Next, we will talk about health education. Health education will be introduced. Basic training in health, including preventive health, mental health and well-being, nutrition, personal and public hygiene and first aid, detrimental and damaging effects of alcohol, tobacco and other drugs will be told to the students so that they remain healthy. They don't use these things. Next is leveraging the power of multilingualism and language learning. Mother tongue will be used more. Till 5th grade, it will be stress on mother tongue so that students can learn more and more. The Language of India, a fun project activity in school to familiarize with the diversity of languages in the country. Children whose primary language is not a language of instruction in the school are more likely to drop out. So, in order to decrease dropout, use of mother tongue will be introduced. Next is the formulation of a new comprehensive national curriculum framework for school education in 2021. All textbooks shall aim to contain the essential core material deemed important on the national level, but at the same time contain any desired nuances and supplementary material as per local context and needs. Next, I will talk about aims of assessment, transforming assessment for the students. What will be the aims of assessment? Aim of assessment will shift from rote memorization skills to formative is more competency assessment. Rote learning should be decreased. It promotes learning and development of students. Test higher order skills such as analysis, critical thinking and conceptual clarity. Assessment for learning, optimize learning and development for all students. This will be the underlying principle for the assessment at the level of education. Next is all students will take school examination in grade 3, 5 and 8. Achievement of basic learning outcomes through assessment of core concepts and knowledge from national and local curriculum along with the relevant higher order skills and application of knowledge in real life situation rather than rote memorization. Rote learning, rote memorization will be decreased. Next is redesigning the report card to assess holistic development. Overall development show करने के लिए report cards को redesign किया जाएगा. That is, the holistic progress card will form an important link between home and school and will be accompanied by parent-teacher meeting in order to actively involve parents in their children's holistic education and development. Next is regarding guideline of assessment. These guidelines will be prepared by NCERT in consultation with major stakeholders such as Board of Assessment and National Assessment Center for School Education. These three boards will prepare the guidelines for assessment. So what is National Assessment Center for School Education's works? What they will do? Regarding new assessment pattern and researches, they will decide for promoting collaboration between the school boards to become an instrument for sharing of best practices between school boards, etc. About shifting their assessment pattern towards meeting the skill requirement of the 21st century and in consonance with the stated objectives of the policy. Next is teacher training. This will be 4-year integrated B.Ed. B.Ed will be of 4 years. Teacher and teacher education NEP 2020. Quality 4-year integrated B.Ed programs will be there. Teacher eligibility tests will be strengthened. Sharing of teacher across school if there is need. This will happen. Next, professional development of teachers will be taken care. Firstly, they will be prepared for teaching, then their recruitment in the classroom, their teaching will be improved, professional development will be there, various courses will be given to the teachers to improve their teaching also. Now, continuous professional development. For this, again, teachers will be supported with various webinars, etc., workshops, training programs, etc., so that they can handle the students very carefully. Next is equitable and inclusion education. What is equitable and inclusion education? Education is the single greatest tool for achieving social justice and equality. NEP seeks to bridge gender and social category gaps. Gender gaps will be filled in all levels of the school education. Focus on socio-economically disadvantaged groups. More focus will be on SCDGs. That is gender identities, socio-cultural identities, geographical identities, disabilities, social economic conditions. Separate strategies will be formed for focused attention on reducing each of the category-wise gaps. Now, how to ensure equitable and inclusive education? A gender inclusion fund will be raised. Equal participation of children will be ensured, that is girls and boys will participate equally. Home-based education for unable students and disability early plan. Identify such learning disability early and plan. Schools will provide efficient resources and effective governance so that each and every step will be taken carefully. Now next, what is national education policy regarding key features of national policy? Quality education should be there. It stress on quality education, not on quantity. We are to improve the quality. Self-assessment tools for schools to review their performance against predefined indicator or benchmarks. What are the key features? Self-assessment tools for schools to be reviewed. Easily implementable, transparent and objective tools will be there. Focus on enhancement of quality, recognition of excellence, promotion of accountability will be there. CBSE has developed a comprehensive framework termed as School Quality Assessment and Assurance, which is known as SQAA. This disclosure will be at the school level based on proficiency of the school. Now, transforming assessment and examination. A key stage assessment in class 3rd, 5th and 8th Pilot in selected schools will be conducted. Holistic report card for CBSE school is being prepared. More worksheet will be available to the teachers so that competency based tests can be taken. Course questions will be there. Apps like Diksha will be available so that overall development can take place. Now, initiative for capacity building of teachers. Again, initiative will be taken so that teacher can improve their teaching, so that overall development of students can be taken place with the help of teachers. Next is ensuring competency-based education in schools. It is mandatory adoption of learning outcomes by CBSE schools. Creative and critical thinking, mandatory online training, development of resources like handbook on experiential learning, teacher resources for achieving LOS terms, etc. Now, student enrichment activities. Which activities will be taken place? For example, Aryabhatta Ganit Challenge, Heritage in India Quiz, Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat, CBSE Science Challenge, Science Exhibition, Hello India, Expression Series, Reading Challenges. So many activities will be introduced so that students will be enriched with so many skills. Now, what are the expectations of this policy from schools? The main focus on core essentials, that is learning outcomes. Next is stress on importance of the foundational skills of literacy and numeracy. Bring changes in the classroom teaching in alignment with the NEP. Bring changes in the assessment pattern. Main thing is to bring changes in assessment pattern. To adopt varied modes of assessment, not only rote learning and written tests. So next is remove separations between subjects and disciplines. Vocational training to the students will be given so that their skills can be highlighted. Next is enable, assess and retention. Track each child and ensure there are no dropouts. Their dropouts are to be removed, reduced. Ensure educational assess and retention of SEDGs. Help each child to continue education through RTE, right to education, so that they are able to face their future problems. Involve all stakeholders in the child's learning process and journey. Create safe and conducive environment for learning and teaching. Maintain inclusive and clean infrastructure. Next expectation from school is self-audit on school quality assurance and accreditation framework, SQAAF. That is, disclose all financial, academic and operational matter as expected from schools by SSSA. Provide enabling resources both to students and teachers. Next, ensure that all students at all levels of school education are taught by passionate, motivated, highly qualified, professionally trained and well-equipped teachers. Next, recruit qualified teachers so that future of their children is safe and they are in talented hands as per NCTE regulations. Assurance capacity building at all levels. What will be the assurance? To build capacities of school management. School have to build the capacity of school management, heads, teachers, staff, parent, community. Minimum 50 hours CPD per year for heads and teachers. Mentoring of teachers. Nishtha needs to compulsorily completed by all the teachers. Training regular teachers to teaching some appropriate vocational subjects and training of vocation. Train teacher in identifying, recognizing, and nurturing unique potential of every child. Curriculum and pedagogy of ECCE, use of technology platforms, basic health indicators, teaching Indian languages, not only English but Indian languages they must know so that they can teach the students easily. Shift in teaching learning from rote to inquiry-based critical thinking, cognitive learning, and applied methods. Assessment of as learning and assessment for learning. Assessment as learning as well as for learning should be there. Implementation of holistic progress card. Creation of safe and secure learning environment in the school. And time tested as well as new pedagogies. Next, engage with parents and community for a positive learning. Most important thing, parents should be engaged so that teacher, parents and students, they will join hands to improve students' learning. For this, inform parents about expected learning outcomes, portfolios, home assignments, etc. Sensitize parents of children with physical and learning disabilities. First generation learners, make home visits if possible and if needed. Arrange workshops on parenting and particularly on exam related anxieties and other stress so that they can be relieved from the stress. Engage with parents to deal with substance abuse, sexual orientation, and other adolescence issues. So many issues are there in schools. So parents and teachers should talk to each other regarding that. Constantly send information about the activities in the school and child's progress. Send portfolios back to the parents for review and feedback so that the steps which are needed to be taken by parents. Inform parent about what kind of assistance the child needs at the home for learning. Newsletters, emails, blogs, memos, etc. can be regular feature of this. Now, let the parents be volunteer for field visit, art exhibitions, annual functions, school magazines, etc. so that they can help student and teacher for their development. Exposure lecture by parents, specialists, a counselor, doctor, sportsman, person, filmmaker, etc. Have parent representatives for PTM. In PTMs, the representatives of parents should be there so that their problems, their ideas can be introduced and their problems can be solved. Organize specific events only for parents. Involve parents in community outreach work undertaken by the school. Now, I hope we all will work together and try to implement the policy in the positive way to get best out of it.